Hello. This video will cover major-specific information for majors in the Department of Neuroscience. In this video, I will be discussing the neuroscience and computational neuroscience curriculums and additional information like grade requirements, placement exams, and GE and exam credits relevant to both the neuroscience and computational neuroscience majors. Then I will end with some department opportunities and resources. Neuroscience has two types of degrees, a Bachelor of Science, or BS for short, and a Bachelor of Arts, or BA for short. Let's start with the Bachelor of Science. The major is comprised of multiple sections. There are 32 units of introductory requirements consisting of general biology, general and organic chemistry, calculus, and physics. Students are also required to complete a statistics course, and there are options in various departments to select from. For students who are pre-health, the introductory requirements and statistics requirements will satisfy pre-health requirements. Next, there are 9 units of neuroscience requirements, including Introduction to Psychology, Neurobiology, and a 1-unit seminar course that provides an introduction to the field of neuroscience and some of the research happening in the field. Next, students will take these 2 upper division neuroscience courses, Cellular and Molecular Neuroscience and Systems Neuroscience. Finally, students are required to complete 20 units of upper division electives, 4 units of which must include a lab. This is a sample 4-year course plans for students pursuing a BS in neuroscience who are not pre-health. You can see that there is not much elective space for other programs. Students who wish to add a minor may be interested in adding summer courses. More space may be available if a student doesn't require all 3 levels of foreign language, or if a student uses AP, IB, or A-level credit for some of the lower division requirements. The second degree in neuroscience is the Bachelor of Arts, or BA. This major is smaller than the BS and does not require the same chemistry or any organic chemistry or physics. Students have the options in the 12 units of introductory requirements to complete either general chemistry for the environment and life or general chemistry. For students who are pre-health, you must take Chem 105A, general chemistry. As seen in the BS, students are also required to complete a statistics course, and there are options in various departments to select from. The 9 units of neuroscience requirements and the 8 units of upper division requirements are the same requirements as the BS. Unlike the BS, the neuroscience BA requires only 16 units of upper division electives, 4 of which must include a lab. 4-year course plans for students pursuing a BA in neuroscience who are not pre-health. You can see that there is about 32 units of elective space for either a second major or minor, which is common with this degree. This major is popular for students who are interested in working in the industry rather than working in the health professions. This is a sample first semester course plan for students in the neuroscience. All first-year students are required to take a GE seminar and Writing 150 in their first year. These should not be taken in the same semester. We recommend all students who are pre-health to start with BIS 120. You may choose to pair this course with either math or the first semester of general chemistry. You want to consider whether you feel ready to take 2 lab sciences, biology and chemistry, together in your first semester. If you choose to take both biology and math, you will still be on track for your major and any pre-health emphasis. For students who are not pre-health, we would recommend chemistry and math, and BIS 220 would be taken in the spring semester. The final degree is the Bachelor of Science in Computational Neuroscience. There are 24 units of introductory requirements consisting of general biology, chemistry, calculus 1 and 2, and physics. Students are also required to complete a statistics course, and there are options in various departments to select from. This degree has the same 9 units of neuroscience requirements and 8 units of upper division courses as the neuroscience degree. What sets this major further apart from neuroscience is the programming requirement and options of area-focused electives. Students are required to complete a basic computational skills course in Java, Python, C++, etc. Students will also complete 8 units of advanced computational skills. There is an extensive list to choose from, and some examples are shown here. One thing students are encouraged to keep in mind are the prerequisites for these advanced courses, and I will explain why on the next page. Finally, students complete 4 units from a list of biological area courses, 4 units from a list of behavioral area courses, and 1 additional course in either the advanced computational, biological, or behavioral area. sample four-year course plans for students pursuing a BS in computational neuroscience. I mentioned in a previous slide to keep in mind prerequisites for the advanced computational courses. Many of the options on the list have additional prerequisites required that are not specifically required for the major. It is possible that the students will have to add additional prerequisites to their plan based on what they choose to focus their options. This major does not leave room for a lot of extra space, and second majors and minors are not as common. However, this major itself is quite interdisciplinary. This major is not as popular for pre-health, but it may be possible. Many students will add summer courses to include more of the pre-health requirements not found within this major. This major is popular for students interested in the tech side of neuroscience or working in the industry rather than pre-health. This is a sample first semester course plan for students in computational neuroscience. All first-year students are required to take a GE seminar and Writing 150 in their first year. These should not be taken in the same semester. We recommend students start with math, either Calculus 1 or 2, and chemistry. BIS 220 will be recommended in the spring semester. If you are pre-health, you may choose to take either chemistry or biology with math, or take both chem and biology in the first semester. For both the neuroscience and computational neuroscience majors, a grade of C- or higher is required for all major courses. All USC students, regardless of major, are required to have at least 2.0 GPA in upper division major courses and at least a 2.0 GPA overall. All major courses must be taken for a letter grade, not pass, no pass. All upper division courses must be taken at USC. The exception is organic chemistry, which may be taken off campus. Lower division courses such as calculus, introduction to psychology, and general chemistry may be transferred in. Since neuroscience and computational neuroscience majors are required to take math and chemistry, you should take both the math and chemistry placement exams. Even if you have AP Calculus credit, which can advance you to Calculus 2, you should still take the math placement exam. The chemistry department uses both the math and chemistry exam scores to determine chemistry placement. All Dornsafe students are required to fulfill level 3 of a foreign language. If you have an AP score of 4 or 5 besides Latin, or an IB higher level score of 6 or 7, you will satisfy the foreign language requirement. If you're fluent in a language, you may take a competency exam to satisfy the foreign language requirement. If you're an international student, you might be exempt from the requirement. If you're not satisfying the foreign language requirement in any of these ways, you will need to take the foreign language courses. If you have previous experience with a language, you may contact the Language Center for placement for your first semester. The exception would be Spanish, which requires a placement exam that you can access on Brightspace only during orientation. If you want to start a new language at level 1, you may request declearance for level 1 of the language. Please note that the Language Center will confirm that you do not have academic experience in the language you are requesting level 1 clearance for. Certain courses in these majors will overlap with some of the GE requirements. You may be able to fulfill GED, E, and F through the neuroscience and computational neuroscience majors. This will be important to remember when you are selecting a GE seminar to register for. You do not want to select a GE seminar that will fulfill any of these GE categories since they will already be completed. It is also possible to fulfill some of the major requirements with AP, IB, or A-level scores if you are not pre-health. If you are pre-health, you may not use exam scores to fulfill these requirements. You can scan the QR code here to see a full list of exam credit. There are many opportunities and resources within the section of neuroscience and USC that are relevant to students in these majors. There are multiple student organizations and a diverse array of research happening here. The one-unit seminar course that all students will take is an excellent introduction to the field and research. Many majors also have an honors program. This program offers students an opportunity to participate in undergraduate research, gain experience in writing an honors thesis, and participate in an honors seminar. The resources on the right are offered by USC and are free for all students. They include tutoring and academic support and disability and accessibility services.